Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at a drink called Dragon's Milk Reserve S'mores. But before we do, and you end up liking this video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Now that helps this channel grow significantly, so I greatly appreciate it. So a little background on this brewery. New Holland Brewery Company is the creator of the Dragon's Milk Reserve S'mores and has been a staple in the craft beer scene since 1997. The brewing process, Dragon's Milk Reserve S'mores, is a bourbon barrel aged stout, meticulously brewed to capture the rich toasted flavors reminiscent of a campfire s'mores. This has an ABV of 11%. Gotta make sure that's dead on. That's dead on. With an IBU of 31. So if you try to look this product up, there's quite a few different websites that have different IBUs, and one said 70, another said 31, or a couple said 31, but I do think it's at 31. We'll find out as soon as we open it. The beer style of this beer is a bourbon barrel aged stout. This beer combines the deep roasted flavors typical of a stout with the sweet dessert-like notes of marshmallows, chocolate, and graham crackers. Beer rating and reviews. Dragon's Milk Reserve S'mores has garnered high praise from beer enthusiasts, often receiving ratings above 4.0 on popular review sites. Reviewers frequently highlighted smooth texture, well-balanced flavor profile, and the nostalgic quality of its s'mores-inspired taste. So we're gonna see how good this is. I've never had this particular one. I've had a few from this brewer, bottled on 4/24. So there's a crease right on the bottle, and the second set of numbers is on that crease, so I can't see it. But it was in April of this year, April of 2024. Let's see if there's anything else here we want. I'm not going to attempt to read something so small. If they wanted me to read it, they'd make it bigger. So I say we open this bad boy up. It's going to be dark. All kinds of carbonation. Now it's bright outside today, and this beer is so dark I can't see anything through the glass. I see all kinds of carbonation on the inside of the glass, just clinging to the glass, and the head probably was a finger and a half, slowly going down, kind of a light tan color. And you could definitely smell a lot of different things there. smell whiskey or bourbon. Whiskey, bourbon. Then you got other flavors or aromas in it. A little bit of chocolate. I'm kind of confused of the other smells. I'm not sure what they are. I don't know how much marshmallow and graham crackers, how much aroma they're going to have. But this is a big one, 11%. So if you drink these, do like me and not drive. So you definitely taste the bourbon. I had a feeling a lot of these beers with these that are aged in bourbon or whiskey barrels absorb so much of that taste that it becomes overwhelming and you really don't taste much else. Trying to see if I could taste the whiskey or the bourbon is extremely overpowering everything. So there's something else there. If you were told it was chocolate and marshmallow and graham crackers, you might say that, yeah, I could maybe taste that. But you're not going to taste those flavors without knowing they're there. The bourbon is so strong, so overpowering. It's definitely the big flavor. Definitely the big one. Almost tingles the tongue. Has that much alcohol. You could get a little bit of the dessert, just a little bit, but the bourbon is so overpowering. You're not getting much of the flavor. I didn't expect it. When I saw that it was a bourbon barrel aged, this ain't my first one of these things. This particular beer it is, but the whiskey and bourbon barrel aged beers, they keep them in there long enough to absorb those flavors, and it becomes very prominent. You definitely taste it. It's very strong. And with an 11% beer, it just seems like a really, really strong beer with that flavor. It's good, but I just can't taste much of the. I was hoping to taste a little more of the s'mores. So if you ever had any of these brewers beers that are aged in these barrels, um, it's got that flavor. You know, you're going to taste the booze after you drink it, or when you drink it. And if you try to figure out what you're drinking and try to figure out the flavors, maybe you can taste those flavors. Those flavors ain't nearly as strong as that bourbon flavor. You definitely get that. That's definitely the first thing you get. So if you're buying this to have a treat that tastes like a s'mores, I wouldn't buy it for that. But it's got the bourbon flavor, that's for sure. And it's pretty strong. And it's good. It tastes good. And with the IBUs, I think the IBUs are at 31. This doesn't taste bitter whatsoever. Not one bit. So it probably is at a 31. Now this doesn't say how long it's been aged in the barrels, but I think I read before they're at least, they don't ever say what amount, it's at least 6 months up to 2 years. And I don't know what this one says, if each one of these barrels are labeled differently, or if they're all a generic label of the aged amount. But it's usually at least 6 months. So I wouldn't imagine it would take long to absorb the flavors. It's good. But like some of the other beers, I wouldn't drink 2 of these and then go driving. You're going to be tipsy. This is a pretty high alcohol volume drink, 11%. So it's got a wickiness to it, a wickiness. But I think that'll about do it. This is a good beer. I would rate this as a 7. And if you like the beers in barrels, you definitely want to give this a try. Don't try it thinking you're going to taste s'mores in a beer. You might taste a little bit of that, but you're going to get a lot of the bourbon flavor. You get a lot of that. So I think that'll about do it with this episode of Beers and Beards. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Peace.